schools. We want to make the aware about the different entrepreneurial opportunity. There are different opportunity coming up in the agriculture sector. Then second aspect we want to cover through our program is the employable skill building. So for that purpose, we have specifically designed this certificates program, so 6 months. Then third is the capacity building or entrepreneurship building. For that purpose, we have developed the 1-year diploma programs, and there are continuing education for those persons who are already working in the fields and they want to upgrade their knowledge and skills. For that, we have prepared the PG level diploma program, PG certificate program, and there is one master degree program is also there. Of course, we have one research degree programs in this field. So as of now, we have total 15 programs. One PhD program is there. There is a master degree program in food safety and quality management. Then we have the PG certificates and diploma programs in the agriculture policy area, business, agribusiness area, and there is a postgraduate diploma in the food safety and quality management. And there are 5 diploma programs. 3 program is on the this food processing area, that is we call adjacent rising sector, and diploma in value-added products from fruits and vegetables. There is diploma in dairy technology, diploma in meat technology, and then we have a diploma program in watershed management that is funded by the Ministry of Rural Development. These 3 food processing programs were funded by the Ministry of Food Processing and Industry, and we have the diploma in horticulture, which was funded by the National Horticulture Mission. And there are 5 certificate programs: sericulture, water harvesting and management, poultry farming, beekeeping, organic farming, and there is one awareness program on dairy farming. So, when you want to become an entrepreneur, you want to set up, the enterprises. So you need to have 3, we need to have 3 things. One is the appropriate knowledge about the raw materials, what kind of raw materials we require, how to procure the raw materials, the processes involved in the, business or industrial setting, the kinds of fruits or season. Then we need to have the managerial and technical skills to start to run a profitable business. So in like managing the inputs, managing the production, managing the marketing, how to use the machinery. And then we also need to have entrepreneurial spirit. We need to have right mindset, and of course the willingness to go in the field and to undertake the activity. So all these programs, all these aspects we are covering in our program. Suppose this is the example diploma in dairy technology. So in this, what we have covered the status of prospects for dairy sector. What is the prospects available in the dairy sectors? What are the opportunity available in the dairy sectors? Then what are the different dairy equipments like refrigeration, steam generation, electric engineering, water supply system, safety. All these are the important, the mechanical aspects which we have covered. Then processing aspect, packaging aspect, cleaning or sanitization. All these are important aspects when we start the dairy business. So that is the manufacturing of the dairy products, different types of dairy products. So all technical aspects we have covered. Quality aspect is also there. Then dairy management, how to manage the dairy plant. Bookkeeping, accountancy, the financial aspect, marketing aspect, logistic aspect, all this have. And of course, there is an entrepreneurship building or organizational building aspect are also there. So we cover all types of the program. And because, there are a lot of opportunities available in our programs, I will be presenting. But, as a students, we need to understand what type of the opportunity we should select finally for our business. So identification is the most important process. Or sometimes we can generate the idea as well, some based on the, some innovation we can do the idea. But most important is the assessment of the, the opportunity. We have to select the right opportunity. So there are, certain system or certain mechanism is there. Through that we can select the right opportunity for the entrepreneurship. And of course, in our programs, lot of entrepreneurial avenues are available. Like our program is awareness program on the dairy farming. So if you want to set up, a small dairy farm, or you want to venture into the milk procurement and distribution business, or dairy feed for the producers. So these are the entrepreneurial opportunities which are available in the farming sector. sectors, which are covered in our program. In case of the sericulture, India is one of the biggest consumer of the silk, and there are lot of opportunity available in the sericulture sector. So two types of opportunities are there in the sericulture: pre-cocoon sector and there is a post-cocoon sector. So in the pre-cocoon sector, raising of mulberry nursery, preparation and supply of silk work eggs, choki rearing units, or cocoon production. So these are the in the post-cocoon sector: silk drilling, silk pasting, silk yarn, and fabric dyeing and printing, silk weaving, and silk fabric finishing, cocoon and silk-based handcrafts. So all these are the entrepreneur opportunity have been explained very well in our certificate program in sericulture. In case of poultry farming, it is a very fast-growing sector. Around 10 to 8 to 10% growth is there in the production of poultry business. So, and it is the demand growth is the demand driven in the poultry sector. So there are a lot of opportunity available in the poultry farming, and important entrepreneurial activities covered in our programs are like poultry farm, broiler, layer, breeder farm, poultry feed plants, hatcheries, marketing of eggs and broilers, processing of eggs and broiler birds. All these are. In case of beekeeping, this is the enterprises where we required very less investment. We required very less time. So not much, resources are required to start this business, beekeeping. So like honeybee production activity, we can take through this program. Then certificate in organic farming, the lot of awareness among the consumers about then food safety aspect. They want chemical-free foods now, consumers. So there is a lot of demands, and even the farmers get the premium price if their production is there in the organic system. So through these programs, organic farmers, organic input producer, internal control manager, organic certifiers. These are some of the opportunities which is available in this program. Diploma in horticulture. The around 33% of contribution in agriculture economy is from the horticulture sectors. It is one of the very fast growing sectors, and this sector is provide opportunities for a continuous production as well as continuous income to the farmers. So various entrepreneurial opportunity like gardener, plant propagators, nursery, preparation, orchard designer, flower arranger. These are some of the entrepreneurial opportunity available development. Meat technology is another, sectors where the consumption of meat is increasing, day by day. So various entrepreneurial opportunity we have covered in the program are animal and poultry farm owners, meat producers, mutton, chicken, buffalo, beef, pork, meat shop owners, meat processors, poultry processor, meat product and retail distributors, animal byproduct processors. These are some of the entrepreneurial opportunities which are covered in this diploma in meat technology. Diploma in dairy technology and other very important programs offered by the School of Agriculture. And in India is one of the largest producer of milk. Around 23 production of world milk production is from India. There is a large employment opportunity in these sectors. Like milk contractors, milk product transporter, dairy product manufacturers. Owners of milk parlors, milk booth, ice cream parlors, wholesaler, distributor, retailers, and exporter of milk and milk products. These are the important entrepreneurial opportunity available and which are covered in our programs. Diploma in value products from fruits and vegetables. Around 25% of the vegetable and fruit production is go, as a wastage. Lot of spoilage is there in this. So there is a lot of, processing opportunity available in the fruits and vegetable sectors, and entrepreneurial opportunities through these programs like procurer, trader, transporter, pack houses, cold storage, reference, and processing like juice, the pickle, dried product, frozen product, tomato ketchup, puri, canned products, fermented products, chips. So these are the very important, entrepreneurial opportunities are there, and all the aspect, starting from the prospectus, the the microbiology, the all the equipments required, all the how to get the raw material, what should be the quality of the raw materials, all the aspects are covered in our. Then diploma in watershed management, of course, in the rural areas, this program provide various entrepreneurial opportunity to set up the livestock farming, horticulture, agroforestry, food processing. And then we have two food safety and quality management programs. So through these two programs, one is the MSc and other is the PG diploma. The learners, they can become the auditors, or they can work as a food safety officer in the industry. So all these opportunities are there. And then we have one more program, that is the postgraduate diploma in agribusiness. And this program is provide all types of managerial skills to our agri professionals, particularly those who want to work or those who want to set up like fertilizer, pesticide, seed, food processing, or pharmaceutical industries. And idea is to strengthen the agri startup activities like organic farming, vermicompost, contract farming, farmer producers company, farmer producers organization, in food processing and agri market. So these are some of the very important entrepreneurial products are covered in our program. So that's why School of Agriculture have always focused. Most of these programs are basically on entrepreneurial skills and providing the all technical skills so that learners can go in the market. They just not only seek the job, but whereas they should provide the job. That is the idea, basically, School of Agriculture program. So with this, I thank you, Dr. Mita, and all the learners. Thank you very much. Over to Dr. Mita.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jain, for informing the participants about the advantages of various programs of our school, that is at awareness program, certificate, diploma, and master degree program of schools. So today we are privileged to have our respected Pro-Vice Chancellors with us. They all are big source of encouragement. So we all are eagerly waiting to listen to them. To begin with, may I request Pro-Vice Chancellor, Dr. Manroop Singh Meena ji, for kind remarks, please, sir.
चालू नहीं हो रहा।
नमस्कार सर, यस सर।
हाँ नमस्ते। इसको चालू कर, उधर उन्होंने नाम बोल दिया। चालू है, माइक पे चालू। ये रहना सर। जा रही है आप?
सर नमस्कार, आपकी आवाज आ रही है, आप स्टार्ट करें।
आवाज आ रही है। अच्छा अच्छा। तो अभी ये सेमिनार है, कृषि के बारे में वेबिनार है, तो मैं थोड़ा इस मामले में कहना चाहूँगा कि आज के समय में हमारे देश में कृषि के क्षेत्र में काफी सुधार हुआ है, लेकिन कृषि के प्रति लोगों का रुझान थोड़ा कम हो रहा है। उसकी वजह है कि कृषि है वो लाभकारी नहीं रही और उस पर लागत ज्यादा आ रही है, और इसलिए इस क्षेत्र में अधिक ध्यान देने की आवश्यकता है। जो लोग कृषि क्षेत्र से जुड़े हुए हैं और सरकार की ओर से भी बहुत सारी योजनाएं चल रही हैं, लेकिन किसानों को वास्तव में उनकी जानकारी नहीं है। जो कृषि विभाग से जुड़े हुए अधिकारी हैं वो भी प्रॉपर उधर मान लो उनको जानकारी देने का कार्य नहीं करते। मैंने व्यवहार में काफी देखा है, क्योंकि मैं भी इस क्षेत्र से जुड़ा हुआ हूँ, तो इसलिए आज के समय में किसानों की दशा को यदि सुधारना है तो हमें कई काम करने होंगे और उनको समझाना होगा। और कृषि क्षेत्र से जुड़े हुए शिक्षा से जो स्टूडेंट हैं वो जो ज्ञान अर्जित करते हैं, लेकिन उसका वास्तविक लाभ उस क्षेत्र में वो अपने अपने क्षेत्रों में जाकर के काम करें तो किसानों को निश्चित रूप से फायदा होगा। बहुफसलीय कृषि की आज के समय में आवश्यकता है। परंपरागत खेती है उसको हमें छोड़ना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि परंपरागत खेती में लागत ज्यादा आती है और उसमें फायदा कम होता है। तो इसलिए एक साथ कई फसलें, फलों के पेड़ लगा सकते हैं। अभी मैंने कुछ समय पहले मध्य प्रदेश में के एक किसान के बारे में पढ़ा था। उन्होंने अपनी जो कृषि भूमि थी वहां पर फोरम पर मान लो एक साथ कई काम कर रखे थे। वो फसल भी ले रहे थे, फसल के साथ उन्होंने अपने खेत में पानी भर के गड्ढा वहां ऊपर मुर्गी पालन बना रखा था। और मुर्गी पालन के लिए जो बीट वगैरह उसकी जाती थी वो नीचे, तो वो मछली पालन नीचे कर रखा था। तो एक साथ मुर्गी पालन भी हो रहा है, फसल भी ले रहा है और वो मछली पालन, तो उसकी आय मान लो काफी अधिक थी। तो इस तरह के प्रयास मान लो हमें अन्य क्षेत्रों में करने पड़ेंगे। माध्यम से किसानों को ये समझाने की आवश्यकता होगी। आज रासायनिक खादों के प्रयोग के कारण हमारी जमीन अनुपजाऊ होती जा रही है और इसलिए ऑर्गेनिक खेती को बढ़ावा देना होगा। और इस क्षेत्र में हम केंचुआ खाद है उसका प्रयोग कर सकते हैं। सरकार की ओर से योजनाएं चला रही हैं और उसके लिए अनुदान भी दिया जा रहा है, लेकिन लोगों को जानकारी नहीं है और इसलिए वो केंचुआ खाद और उसका प्रयोग नहीं कर सकते। और धीरे धीरे इसका प्रयोग हमें रासायनिक खादों का कम करना पड़ेगा। कीटनाशकों के लिए हमें नीम से निर्मित और स्वदेशी तरीके से निर्मित हानि रहित ऐसे छिड़काव के लिए तैयार करने पड़ेंगे, तो वो हमें मान लो ज्यादा फायदा कर सकते हैं। और यदि हमने रासायनिक खादों का एकदम रोक लगा दी जैसा कि श्रीलंका में हुआ है वहां की सरकार ने, तो स्थिति हमारे देश में भी बिगड़ सकती है, क्योंकि जमीन उसकी आधी हो गई है। तो उसको पुनः वास्तविक स्थिति में लाने के लिए हमें प्रयास करने पड़ेंगे। बिहार के अंतर्गत IIT पास है एक स्टूडेंट ने लाखों के पैकेज को छोड़ करके और उसने कृषि क्षेत्र में काम शुरू किया है और वो ऑर्गेनिक सब्जियां उगा के उसकी मार्केटिंग शुरू की और उसने बहुत अच्छा उस क्षेत्र में काम किया है। तो ऐसे कुछ प्रेरणादायक हैं। राजस्थान में सीकर के अंतर्गत भी मान लो एक किसान के द्वारा वो 7-8 एकड़ जमीन है और उससे 8 से 10 लाख रुपए प्रति वर्ष कमा रहा है। उसने फलों की खेती और दूसरी खेती शुरू की है। तो ऐसे उदाहरण हमारे सामने हैं और उनसे प्रेरणा लेके लोगों को समझाना पड़ेगा। उनके बुला करके भी हम उनका वो करा सकते हैं। और जनित वो अपने यहाँ लगा सकते हैं। कई बार क्या होता है कि अधिक उत्पादन होने के कारण उनकी लागत भी नहीं निकल, तो वो सड़कों पर फेंक जाते हैं किसान। तो ये स्थिति होती है। यही स्थिति आलू की है। हालांकि आलू के उत्पादन के लिए आजकल कोल्ड स्टोर जगह जगह बने हैं, तो उसे स्टोरेज की समस्या हुई है, वो फसल को बाद में किसान बेच सकता है। और सरकार की ओर से भी इस संबंध में कुछ प्रयास करने पड़ेंगे कि उनका लागत मूल्य है उसको। अभी सीकर क्षेत्र में बहुत प्याज का उत्पादन हुआ और प्याज 2 रुपए किलो के भाव हो गए, किसान को जबरदस्त नुकसान हुआ है। तो वो स्थिति से सुधारने के लिए से स्टोरेज मान लो जगह जगह बने, सरकार के द्वारा भंडारण के लिए छोटे भंडारण बनाने के सहायता भी दी जाती है और छूट भी दी जाती है उसके लिए, लेकिन किसानों को ज्ञान
सर बोल चुके हैं, मीता जी सर ने बोल दिया.
आदरणीय पीवीसी सर, वी आर वेरी थैंकफुल टू यू सर. आप आज जो कृषि क्षेत्र में विशेष जानकारी जो दी है, स्पेशली मिक्स्ड फार्मिंग के बारे में आपने जैसे बताया कि फसल, पोल्ट्री और फिश एक ही साथ कल्चर कर सकते हैं, एक ही साथ फार्मिंग हो सकता है, तो हमारे सबके लिए और हमारे विशेष रूप से हमारे विद्यार्थियों के लिए ये बहुत अच्छी जानकारी था. आपको सादर धन्यवाद सर. Thank you so much, sir. So now I would like to request our Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Sumitra Kukriti Madam, for delivering a special address on this occasion. Madam, please.
Ma'am, mic.
Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
मीना सर थोड़ा माइक म्यूट कर लो.
It's a matter
डॉक्टर मीना सर.
on opportunities, entrepreneurship, agriculture. At the outset, I would like to congratulate SOA for organizing this webinar. And as we all know, that in the present age, agriculture is emerging as a discipline with great potential for entrepreneurship and employment opportunities in various allied sectors. It provides wider job prospects in all its allied sectors. आज एग्रीकल्चर का मतलब सिर्फ कृषि करना या एग्रीकल्चर फार्मिंग से जुड़ा होना नहीं है. The meaning of the agriculture sector has changed a lot. So we know that entrepreneurship is considered as the engine of economic development of any society. And entrepreneurship intervention in the organic farming, like production of honey, products based on fruits, etc., is highly successful. And interventions in food processing and packaging can protect farmers hugely and help earn additional money through exports, etc. But इससे भी ज्यादा जरूरी है, जैसे अभी प्रोफेसर मनरूप सिंह मीना, प्रो वाइस चांसलर जी ने अभी हमें बताया कि प्रॉपर पैकेजिंग की सुविधा न होने की वजह से किसानों को बहुत अधिक नुकसान होता है. और खास तौर पर जब उनका एग्रीकल्चर यील्ड ज्यादा होता है, वही एक अपॉर्चुनिटी होती है जबकि वो ज्यादा से ज्यादा प्रॉफिट अर्न कर पाए. बट प्रॉपर पैकेजिंग और ट्रांसपोर्टेशन की सुविधा न होने की वजह से उनको बहुत ज्यादा नुकसान होता है. तो मुझे लगता है इस क्षेत्र में हम सबको सोचने की जरूरत है. And I know that most of the programs run by school have great potential to equip the learners for self-employment and entrepreneurship. And this year, PG Diploma in Agribusiness and Masters in Food Safety and Quality Management, these two very significant programs have also been launched by the school. And we also know that in India, large section of society is dependent on agriculture and its allied sectors for their livelihood. As most of them have no formal training, so if those people who are associated with this agriculture and allied sectors to earn their livelihood, if they get enrolled in any of these programs according to their requirement, they would be able to handle their job much more perfectly, and definitely that would help them to earn better money. So I was told that some of the alumni of the school are doing excellent job as entrepreneurs. Some of them are trendsetters in their chosen field. I was going through the list of the participants and I found that this is a diverse group, very diverse group. Though most of them are entrepreneurs, but we have people who run their own startups. So this webinar is primarily focused on women entrepreneurs. So I'm sure that all the participants shall be highly benefited by wide experience of Dr. Rashmi Singh, keynote speaker. Dr. Singh is kind enough to spare her valuable time for this webinar. and then sharing and exchanging experiences by alumni of the school and entrepreneurs is very good idea. It will help all of them to grow further by learning from one another's experiences. Once again, I congratulate School of Agriculture, the director, Professor Dr. Praveen Jain, and all other faculty members who are associated with this webinar. And I believe that the participants will find it engaging and motivating, and hope they will spread a word about IGNOU's agriculture programs in the larger interest of the society. Thank you. Over to you, Dr. Meeta.
Dr. Meeta.
There seems to be some problem in her connection.
Yes, madam. Actually, today internet is quite disturbing.
Yeah, she's there.
I'm so sorry, madam. Actually, we are having very poor network in the office. I'm so sorry for disconnection. So we are grateful to you, madam, for sharing your views. I believe that all our students are motivated enough today by hearing you. Today, we are honored to have with us an eminent expert in entrepreneurship development, Dr. Rashmi Singh. She is a principal scientist in the Division of Agriculture Extension, Indian Agriculture Research Institute, IARI, Pusa, New Delhi. Her specialization in the area of entrepreneurship development and motivation trainer, gender and social issues in agriculture extension. In her position, she has many accolades at national and international level. I can't resist myself from taking name of one such award. She has been conferred upon by the Asian Productivity Organization, Japan. She has been awarded as International Expert on Women Entrepreneurship. She is the author of various books on women entrepreneurship. She has published her research papers in many reputed national and international journals. So, Dr. Rashmi Singh, madam, we are very honored to have you with us today. We are keen to listen to you, ma'am. Please, madam.
Thank you, IGNOU full team, starting from the Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor, and all the directors, and especially School of Agriculture at IGNOU, with whom we have been associated. And my greetings to all the participants here, all the alumni and entrepreneurs. Today's webinar is on very relevant topic. And there was a time like when 1995, I remember, when agriculture and entrepreneurship were not even thought to be like ever to be coexisting together. Actually, agriculture had a socialistic, orientation, and because farmers and food, access to all, that was the ideology behind it. So it was having a socialistic color. Agriculture per se was not thought to be of anywhere near entrepreneurship. And entrepreneurship totally is an capitalistic, of capitalistic nature, where entrepreneurs are thought to be profit-oriented people who are like having high self-confidence, high need for achievement, and they are engaged in like converting available resources into some kind of profit-earning unit, productive unit. So there was a time when agriculture and entrepreneurship were not thought to be ever integrated. But over the years, like 95, 97, it was like systematically incorporated, and it was thought to be integrated in agriculture sector. And today, where there is an era that wherever you go, if you look up at the Niti Aayog or any of the ministries, websites, or even Prime Minister's talk, or any private sector, corporate sector, talks, or the white papers you go through, it is like imbibed with this entrepreneurial spirit, entrepreneurial climate, and agriculture needs to be reoriented, revamped, and agriculture needs to be having remunerative farm income. So, and we have this proclamation of doubling the farm incomes. So when we see so many schemes, so it is like over the last few decades, we have seen this transition happening. And entrepreneurship is the spirit which guides, which is the, as Madam Kukriti rightly said, that it is the engine of development. And there was a study in 60s done comparing the developed nation of Japan and compared to the comparison to other developing nations. And what was found was by Theodore Schultz, an economist, who found that it was the zeal, entrepreneurial zeal, or entrepreneurial capital of human resources, which is bringing about the development per se. It is not the financial, it is not the natural resources or physical resources. So, and that is also highlighted by, if you see all over the, like India also, the states which are very small, if they have been like entrepreneurial, like Punjab or Gujarat, they have like a higher development index as compared to resource rich states like maybe Bihar or Jharkhand, where resources, natural resources are very high, but then they have not been converted into productive, profitable units by entrepreneurs. I'm not saying that they are lagging behind. They are also coming up. There are many, entrepreneurs who are budding entrepreneurs in Jharkhand as well as Bihar. But then traditionally we know entrepreneurs to be located in, Punjab or Marwar or of Rajasthan or Gujarat. Gujarat, that is the entrepreneurial culture, mindset is there. Like even if there are people who are working in government industry, they have their own, some sort of unit which is also a functional. So, and it is very common. Here in other, areas, regions of the country, we are, satiated by one particular job. Like maybe, for example, if I take myself, I am into teaching, I am into research, and it's a 9 to 5 job. And after that, I am total researcher. But I am not thinking entrepreneurially in creating some kind of business unit. But yes, I am into entrepreneurial training and teaching. That's how, like, I satiate that kind of, my zeal in converting farmers or converting rural youth into some kind of entrepreneurs. So over the years, we have seen, we have trained many people at IRI, and they have taken up many of the entrepreneurial ventures in the rural areas and became self-sufficient. And some of them are earning reasonably well for them. And their graph over the years, the entrepreneurial journey has been from some few hundred rupees, like from 500 rupees to 1,000 rupees to now 4 or 5 crores turnover companies. They are the owners of that. So some of the case studies I would like to discuss with you. I would like to share the experiences which we had here in IRI, besides some of the like research studies which we have done on the women entrepreneurs. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Okay. So, highlighting why entrepreneurship is necessary, which has been already dealt by Dr. Praveen Jain. Population is steadily increasing, alarming unemployment rate. So the entrepreneurship has emerged as a panacea for all these rural problems, not only in rural problems, but like in urban areas also. And if we see how agriculture has grown from subsistence agriculture, where it was thought to be a rural culture, like agriculture was a way of life. Whatever was produced by the farmer, a portion of it was consumed, and the extra portion was meant for the market, and it was sold. So that was the subsistence agriculture. Then came the era of high yielding varieties, where technology driven production was taken up. So maximizing yields was there. So instead of getting 30 quintals per acre in wheat, they were getting 50 quintals or 60 quintals as the varieties allowed. So enhanced yields gave them enhanced profits. But then there was yield is also some kind of having a stagnation. Now the era is of where market-led production has to be seen. The farmer needs to incorporate the qualities of an agribusiness manager, because agripreneurship also farming also must translate into higher profits. So as part of the research study, we did some of the case studies of achiever farmers. For example, the focus was why in the same milieu, in the same social or the rural area, why some farmers were considered to be earning more, and why other farmers in the same seasons, experiencing climatic change, having the hurdles, constraints of few resources, why they are lagging behind. So we tried to focus on those case studies, and we tried to come up with the what kind of entrepreneurship model can be developed. So we over the years we took it up, and in those case studies we also had some of the women entrepreneurs and many self-help group alternatives and SHG Federation. And then ultimately, last year, we were able to establish 2 FPCs, farmer producer companies, in the nearby our adopted villages. So we can't negate, it is to highlight that we can't negate the contribution of women in agriculture. About 60 to 70% of the activities in agriculture are being done by women. So we cannot leave them behind. And human resources in totality, if you see, both the gender have to be taken up into consideration. So I'm going to limit my talk to the women entrepreneurship, because that is what I was supposed to give. Here, I would like to highlight, though the face is of Ekta Kapoor, but I'm just highlighting that change is bearing a woman's face, even in agriculture, both in developed and developing economies, where women entrepreneurs are coming up front. And in rural areas, you find many self-help groups with the help of the NGOs, with the help of NABARD, with the help of SFAC or other organizations like us, or some state agriculture universities. And in them, KVKs have played a huge role all over the country, and women entrepreneurs are increasing day by day all over. How do we define a woman entrepreneur? Woman entrepreneur who alone or as a group initiates or organizes or operates a business enterprise. Women who innovate, imitate, or adopt an economic activity. It's not essentially to invent something new, but innovate, like adopt certain new procedures or adopt some new technology, or imitate, the successful experiences of others, so as to develop their own unit. So the process of developing that is known as women entrepreneurship. According to Zimny, it is like a very vast term. It involves small scale micro entrepreneurship activities, to family businesses, to managing large companies, and in high-tech sectors or in manufacturing. So like women-owned companies are also there. We have examples of women entrepreneurs, successful women entrepreneurs, brand who has established their own brand. But then in villages and rural areas, many women coming together and forming SHGs and like creating a kind of, impact in their region by taking up women entrepreneurial activities. Especially in Bihar, Chachi is very famous. You might have, and this year many Padma Shri or Padma Awards have also been given to women who have either conserved agricultural varieties, seeds, or taken up some entrepreneurial ventures as well. Here I'm going to highlight one case, how this is an in-depth study of Bura jams, which we conducted as part of our research study here. Srimati Lynette Mushran established the brand Bura Jams, and Bura Jams is a brand named after a village, Bura, near Rajgarh in Himachal Pradesh. Lynette Mushran is a British national married to an Indian civil servant, and because of their service commitments, she was like being posted many all over India. Along with she had traveled all over India along with her husband. But then they purchased a small land in Himachal Pradesh in Bura village for their vacation home purposes. And during the months of, summer months in northern India, they would go there and spend 2 or 3 months there and then come back to their station, wherever they were posted. So she is a chance entrepreneur. She was fond of cooking, in her home, and she was fond of, she was carrying different traditional English recipes of preparation of fruit jams. And Rajgarh is an area, Bura is an area where lot of fruit trees was there. So she witnessed that there was loss of post-harvest loss was huge. And many of the men, folk of the Bura village had migrated to nearby cities like Chandigarh or Delhi in search of the job, and only women and children were there in the hilly region. And whatever fruit was being harvested, they consumed, and they also transported it and sold it through transporters, trucks, truck drivers to the nearby cities. But even after that, there was a lot of fruit which was getting wasted, because it is a predominantly fruit trees which are there in Bura. So as a hobby, she started whatever fruit trees were nearby, she would prepare jams, and when after 3 months, she will be coming back with loads of bottles for friends and relatives, for distributing them as a token of gift or gesture. So through this, her popularity, demand for that particular kind of jam was there, and everybody started asking her, when are you going next time to Bura, so that, and these are like these many bottles I will be requiring for this particular, because the Bura jams is different from the Kisan jam. Bura jam is actually prepared as per traditional English jam making recipe, where no added sugar is added. It is not preserved in sucrose. It is only preserved in the fruit sugar, that is fructose, the natural fruit pulpy pieces can be found in Bura jams. It's a popular brand. You can get it nearby in your in Delhi also, and nearby high-end shops. And when I met her in 2002 for the first time, she had one factory there, and she had employed 9 women and 9 regular employees. And then as per the season for collection and washing and preparing the jam, She will be employing rural women there. And it was a woman-owned, woman-operated brand which was there. And she was able to build that brand through marketing it to high-end stores like Good Earth or Fab India. And that is how she found that only NRIs and elite, could discriminate between Kisan Jam and Bura Jams at that time. And naturally, Bura Jam established its own, place or spaces in the market. And now you can see many of the shops hosting that. So she is a chance entrepreneur, but she thought that she, on one side, there was like huge demand for that kind of commodity in cities. Whereas another site was that the village site where the raw material was abundant, labor was abundant, but then the skill was lacking. She only converted that into a possibility, and through possibility, she could build a world-class brand there involving rural women. So these are the brands, these are the different, black cherry, apricot, Cape gooseberry, strawberry, red plum, bitter orange. And she also developed, utilized marketing strategy, and single or two pieces were also being retailed, whereas wholesale was also being undertaken. And if we try to see what are the best practices she adopted, how this enterprise was established. Like there was a opportunity recognition in reference to abundance of food. So first skill a person must have is an opportunity recognition. This is an entrepreneurial competency. Normally we teach that opportunity recognition, but here you see it in evidence. Like she could guess the demand, and she could also visualize there is a gap between what is existing and what could be the probable, returns to the region. Then she capitalized on her own strength, like whatever knowledge she had, whatever skills she had, she taught it to other women and could create gold out of the raw fruits there. Then she also adhered to the quality standards, hygienic and strict adherence to small batch making, then marketing directly as well as through established dealers, and cooked traditionally in smaller quantities. Smaller quantities maintained the quality as well as the exact taste which was needed in those particular recipes. So here you see hill women, local women being trained to prepare the jam. And then she developed efficient linkages also with the local women group, established dealers, renowned retail chains, and advertising and publicity was looked like. She hired an MBA, trained MBA professional to look after this. And then she also had an association with NABARD to set up another factory in Rajgarh. And marketing was done through established dealers, wholesalers, Punjab, Haryana, retailers in Khan and INA market, which are like major, markets, food markets in Delhi. And then renowned retail chains like Fab India. These are the markets specifically, chosen where the expatriates or NRIs who were coming there, who were the clientele for that particular kind of, jam. So these are the best practices if we can list down for her, from her experience. And if this kind of success has to be replicated, what other farmers can do to become like her. It's not exactly like copying her, but what are the lessons for them? They have to utilize the available resources into a productive venture. For her, there were like abundant food, different kinds of food. So she converted that into jam making. But if somebody is having only lemon or only avla, So they can also convert it into a productive venture. Then creating an enterprise with local goods, local people, but having a global market, global vision. So that proved to be like success for her. Then bringing in cash to a remote region in exchange of the processed product from the abundant raw material. What was the gain for the local people? They were having their gold, but then gold was unrecognized. It was getting rotten or lost post harvest. So that was to be converted through preservation techniques, and that brought cash to the remote region. And then networking at the local various level, then cooperative support from the locals, like Women Entrepreneur Group was formed. So these are the things which others can also learn to set up a similar enterprise. If we try to list down what are the facilitating factors from her experience, like niche market demand for that natural products in cities was there. So it facilitated. Prior traditional knowledge and passion for cooking converted into a profitable venture. Then local support, because they were also getting something in return. They were getting job, they were getting returns, they were learning some new skills, and they were able to convert their natural products into some kind of preserved products which were bringing in cash for them. Then government and other agencies' promotional efforts were also taken into consideration for building up 2 factories there. Then since those 9 people whom she employed were sincere and loyal group of women who could also converse to other local people, local women, to garner their support for the enterprise. Then there was this concern when I met her that I am 65 years of age, and none from my family, no children of mine would be willing to. They have their own life, they have their own, they are already settled, and who will be looking after the bureau now? So she enabled those rural women only to take it up later on when she leaves. So vision of the creator to be carried forward. So that was the concern when I met her. And there were also some few few dealers who cheated her. So that was also restrictive factors. But then these were the hindering forces which are present for any entrepreneur. But then you have to either dodge them or overcome them by focusing more on the positive factors which are present in the environment and build your enterprise. So this is the first case which I am discussing. There is another one, Krishna Pickles. Maybe you are aware, Shri Krishna Yadav, she also built her enterprise of 5 crore turnover now. When she started in 20 years back, it was a loan of 500 rupees when she migrated from Bulandshahr to Delhi. Shri Krishna Pickles is a well-known name, and she has also been awarded by National Commission of Women, and many awards she has got. And if we try to, see the kind of, linkages or facilitating factors or innovative factors, similarly, the market demand, capitalizing on your own strength, what do you know, and then continuous innovation depending on the market available to you. So Krishna says that it is possible to take small steps to create big things. So it's quite a journey from 500 rupees, borrowed 500 rupees, woman with a family, three children to support, migrating from Bulandshahr in search of some job, along with her husband, and building this empire of 5 crore turnover company here in Delhi. So as detailed by Dr. Jain also, there are many rural entrepreneurship activities which can be taken up. Nursery raising is one of them, which women can easily take up. Vermicomposting is another one. Then there is some kind of, green tourism or agri experiences which are coming up. So develop their own farms so as to, have farm experience as a enterprise. That is very, very, very viable alternative, which has been taken up by many farmers nearby Pune. So you see many rural tourism or farmer turning into their farms into tourism center. So that is also there. Then post-harvest, flower cultivation, all those are activities which can be taken up by women. Also advising and like agri-clinics in the local, areas can be taken up. And self-help group is a prominent, tool to develop women entrepreneurs in rural areas. These are some of the glimpses which we tried to build up in Ghaziabad through women. Lalpur village was there. We trained them, and small activities they took up, and they also started, earning for themselves. If we see, there are no such huge gender differences in the area of entrepreneurship. It is only that we can see that motivational aspects there is a growth by diversifying whereas men entrepreneurs usually grow vertically, whereas women encompass. So that is the kind of difference. Then psychological differences are like that men are confident, and after achieving success, naturally that is there. But among women, even after attaining success, they will be like whether my family will be like okay with this success, or they will be having a fear of success also. So this is known as in research arena of women entrepreneurship, it is known as Cinderella effect. So enterprise differences are also there, but then women have to face a lot of constraints to come up to the same level as their men folks. So I end my talk with this quotation of Dr. S.P. Mishra, that while women have to go through the same stages of setting up an enterprise as do men and have similar challenges irrespective of gender, women do have a distinct set of factors that first impede their entry as entrepreneurs and later their survival as successful businesswomen. But then nowadays you are seeing that those in hindering or inhibiting factors are well taken care of by their own self-confidence, and women are coming up in good numbers, and mostly they are surmounting these barriers, social barriers, especially by being in the group. So SHG is very important tool for them. Thank you, Dr. Praveen. Hope I have not taken up much time because I got excited to, tell you all.
Yeah, ma'am, it was very nice actually. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, madam. I express my sincere thanks to you for wonderful lecture and motivating our students for taking up the agri-entrepreneurship. Especially thank you for sharing the case studies. And this will help our students to think of new business ideas, and who are already doing business, they will also be able to taking care of different aspects you mentioned, like the facilitating factors, the restrictive factors in business, like the importance of packaging, maintaining hygienic quality while they're producing the agricultural products. And also they will be able to take care of the marketing aspects, means how to link their production to the market demand, how to link that. So thank you so much, madam, once again.
Thank you, Pita. I would like to add one thing here that when we are training our like rural entrepreneurs or potential entrepreneurs, we are also taking help of your IGNOU diploma courses and certificate courses. Like because that is very good initiative which you IGNOU people have done. These courses enable our potential entrepreneurs to have a certificate ready, and when they are applying not only in the in terms of knowledge gaining or skills they have gained, that is there, they gain knowledge, they gain experience, they have their skills as per your curriculum, but also they have that certificate to show it or enclose it when they are applying for grants to different financing authorities, different banks or even NABARD. So, and it gives credibility for their experience or to take up those kind of enterprise. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you so much, madam. Thank you for your kind words. It's so good to know that our programs could be of use to some of our students. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you once again. So now this is the time for exchange of experiences. We know that the success stories are always much more believable and motivating when we listen the success stories directly from the successful person. Therefore, we thought of inviting our students who are successfully running their businesses after doing the agricultural programs. Today, many of our students are successful entrepreneurs, but due to paucity of time, we would be able to invite only 5 students for sharing their experiences with us. There are many students attending this webinar through Zoom, through YouTube or Facebook, but could not share their success stories today. Please don't get disheartened. I request all of you to share your success stories with us through email. We'll share your success stories with all our students of current batch and the future batch. I'm sure that your stories will inspire many more students. Now I request all the students who will be sharing their experiences with us today to be ready to share your experience, and please do it in 5 minutes time, please. So first of all, I'd like to invite Mrs. Safina, a successful woman entrepreneur who was a student of our Diploma in Meat Technology program. Safina, madam, please share your story with us. Safina, ma'am, are you online?
Yeah, I am online. Thank you,
Welcome,
Dr. Neeta. Thank you so much, ma'am. Very good morning or good afternoon to all the respected panel and presiding Dr. Rashmi. I'm sorry, I'm not able to name everybody, but then good morning to everyone. I did my diploma in meat trading from IGNOU School of Agriculture in 2015. And to be very honest, that was my stepping stone to success. That was the first step I took towards doing something very substantial. I was working as a HR professional in Dubai, but due to my mother's health, we came down. My father has a holiday home in a place called Ranipet, which is in Tamil Nadu. And it's a village called Tajpura in Arcot Taluk, Ranipet district. So what happened is like right from the day I was doing this course, there was a lot of handholding support from Dr. Meeta. Even if she didn't know a lot of things, she consulted her seniors, and a lot of guidance was there. The curriculum was prepared in such a way that not only diploma in meat technology was there, there was other like government schemes like NABARD. All these terms and technologies I was aware only after I went through this course. So what happened is I tried dairy and a couple of things in my native because after coming here, there was no point in going and working elsewhere. Wanted to adopt this village and to provide some, employment opportunities to people here, the rural people, especially the women. So in the year two, I was talking to Dr. Meeta and she was like, just aap dekhiye, you find out what you can do, what is your plus. Coupled with my father's thought of, you have done your MBA, why don't you do a SWOT analysis? So when I started thinking of what I have more, so we have a lot of land here, but we couldn't do agriculture because of the tanneries. The water is very polluted here. It is very hard, roughly around 2,500 to 3,000 ppm. So whatever we grow here, even paddy or sugarcane, the yield, the end result is not as expected to the good water. So I started researching. I used to take my bike and go on rounds to find out what I can do. Finally, I came down to a point where I saw one poultry shed. I said, okay, why not go into this? But then I moved from the typical open houses, poultry houses, to the new technology, which is called environmental shed, where the temperature and humidity is controlled as per the day requirement of the chicks. So in the year 2019, with the help of a lot of people, a lot of counselings and suggestions, I went in for a bank loan and I applied for an NABARD also. To be very happy, I followed up, and because the project was very unique and new, EC sheds are the new normal now, because unexpected weather, unexpected temperature, and the results. So right now, I have 21,000 capacity poultry shed, and roughly every 2 months, to be honest, I earn around 5.8 lakh. And seeing the success of this shed, my father was so motivated that my brother invested in another shed. Now the other shed is also commissioning. So that is for a roughly capacity of 30,000 birds each batch. So right from this training, what I had in IGNOU, School of Agriculture, all way through it helped me. The time that I started this shed, roughly 2019, but I did my course in 2015. For those 4 years, I was only doing this, making meat pickle and organic country chicken. I used to rear it here, take it to my niche segment in Chennai and Giriraj Kadaknath. Kadaknath, initially there was a lot of resistance. People were like, black color ka meat hai, why is that? So that awareness of letting them know that this meat is cholesterol less and everything. So now I sell for 1,200 kg per kilo. So that's one good thing, that guidance. So apart from that, we have roughly around 150 sheep and 50 goats. This time during Bakrid, we sold around 2.8 lakhs worth sheep to the Chennai market, mostly to our relatives. So that is my niche segment, to friends and relatives. And I have a WhatsApp group. So whenever I send my product to Chennai, it's not a group message. I send an individual message. So as and when they have a requirement, they give me they ping me on and I send it across. And apart from that, it was not. I'm so happy to say that after I finished my course from School of Agriculture, my association with the School of Agriculture did not end there. Even till date, I have been having this handling support from Dr. Meeta and other professors from the School of Agriculture. Dr. Meeta, when I was doing this meat pickle, I was like, how do I do it commercially? Because the only way I will be able to get successful is when I start thinking beyond just the 1 kilo, 2 kilo, 5 kilo, 10 kilo product. How does the commercial players in the market survive? So she put me on to NRC meet in Hyderabad, where I went for a 5-day training, where I was the reason I came to IGNOU was I wanted to put a sausage plant and nuggets, because while in Dubai, my daughter loved and cherished that product. But the cost of investment for that project is very high. My ultimate aim is to go there. But in order to reach there, these are my tiny steps which I'm taking to move towards that direction. So I'll be proud to say in the next 5 or 7 years, I will definitely have a sausage plant or a nugget plant where I will be able to, entice the children of today to eat healthy chicken nuggets, healthy chicken sausages. So that's something I want to do in the near future. Right now, apart from this, what I have done is I have direct employment of 20 to 30 people. And morning to evening, I'm not there in the farm. So because it's an automatic farm, everything is set. I only monitor the temperature, the bird's health, and all the biosecurity parameters. So now, apart from that, I have started a papad and pickle making unit at home, where roughly around 150 kg papad is produced per day. And the same thing. Initially, now I have a contract tie-up with popular Applam brand in Chennai. So 75% is their product that we produce, and 25% slowly I'm doing my own papads. So rice kichu papad is what you say, mungodi. So these things I'm doing so that the women from my village don't go to shoe companies, leaving their children behind. I want them to be there here in the same village. So just a call away, they can go to their house and come back. And at the same time, they have the, the purchasing power, the ability to decide, and the ability to grow along with instead of sacrificing their whole day. I have the concept of flexible timing. You finish your job. So that's the only way I think we'll be able to, get the women forward, because especially in rural women, what I have found is the men folk, they don't let the women come forward. So it took a long time for me to get this women out from their cocoon to the real working environment. So hopefully many more women, I would like to, get on board and do it. I think I've taken a lot of time. It's just that, from one shed of EC broiler, commercial broiler farming, I have come to another one. So a long way to go. And definitely IGNOU School of Agriculture has made a lot of difference in my life, because the curriculum that they have provided, I still have those books. For packaging, I refer the book. So these things are for life. The practical, it's not just for theory based is what they have made. It is all practical purpose, and the support from the faculty. I think that's what counts. Most of the universities, what happens is once the course finishes, 1 year, 2 year, and they forget it. Now I did it in 2015, and now I'm in 2022. I'm still in touch with the faculty. That is the handling support that I have and encouragement I have got from IGNOU School of Agriculture. And I really thank the director and all the faculty members for being so excellent. Thank you, Dr. Meeta.
Thank you, Safina Madam. Today, I'm really proud of you. We're so proud of you.
I was very fast, sorry, because I was really wanted to say the entire thing in 5 minutes. It is not enough, but still I've made it very quick, because I want others. I want others also to share the experience. Yeah,
thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you so much.
That your story will motivate many more students.
Thank you, ma'am.
Others to come forward and take up the new business. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for.
So now it's time to invite Mr. Himanshu Singh Sagar, who was a student of Certificate in Organic Farming and Certificate in Poultry Farming programs offered by School of Agriculture. Mr. Sagar, we are keen to listen to your story. Please tell us your experience, sir.
Thank you so very much, ma'am. I'm honored to be a part of this particular webinar. I'm Himanshu Singh Sagar. Professionally, I'm an advocate practicing in the Supreme Court of India. 2019, the time of pandemic, has actually taught us a lot. And as we say that every black cloud has a silver lining, that was the time when I actually learned how to farm. And all thanks to the IGNOU, the people from IGNOU, the teachers, the staff, and also my friends from IGNOU. They taught me the in and out of farming, because I had no background of farming at all. None of my family members had ever practiced farming. But luckily, I had some land which was 100 kilometers away from my home in Delhi, and I started organic farming there. All thanks to Shri S.K. Yadavji, who was my mentor in this. Also thanks to Shri P.K. Jain sir and Vijay Kumar sir, who had always been guiding me to do the needful. Slowly and steadily, we were able to produce good stuff, and the production was so high that all our neighbors, friends, families had asked us not to visit their homes, because whenever we used to visit, we used to give them vegetables, and they were so tired of it. So we had no other option, and we thought, why not sell it commercially? So I started a small shop, a French shop, which was there. So the outer area of that place, we took it on rent, and the commercial activity was very profitable, because the reason being that we were producing our own product and selling it directly to the customer. So all the margins in between, the vendors, the adatiyas, the markets, that all was cancelled. So the profit was good. Recently, I have started my own company by the name of Celestial Farm Foods, and we are into the business of selling farm food, farm fresh vegetables directly to the people in South Delhi, because that is the place where I live. One thing good that we have initiated is that we have put up e-rickshaw carts, vegetable carts, on which we are selling our products. We have also joined hands with the NGO known as Social Development Foundation, through which we have put salespersons as transgenders. So this, I personally feel it's a humble initiation from my organization, that we are able to streamline these transgenders into the mainstream of the society by giving them a job opportunity of a salesperson. Slowly and steadily, we are picking up pace. One thing that I would request IGNOU is that we require support from you always. It's not like it's a time frame thing, but yes, that support has to be forever. Recently, I visited IGNOU to meet my teachers, respected teachers, and I was able to see while coming back that there are at least 250 to 300 families who are residing in the campus of IGNOU, but they do not have a single vegetable shop. I personally feel that one initiation that I can bring forward to IGNOU is to establish a small vegetable shop where we can get you fresh vegetables every day. And that will be also a starting for IGNOU, that one of their alumni is putting a stall or a shop within the campus of IGNOU, which I personally feel will be a motivational thing for all other students as well. I would like to just conclude my thing by saying that I'm thankful to IGNOU, to all my respected teachers, to the staff, to the friends who have actually got me to this particular platform where I'm able to meet and greet all personalities, all big personalities like you all. Thank you so very much.
Mr. Sagar, thank you so much for sharing your experience. We are so happy to see you as successful entrepreneur, agri-entrepreneur, in spite of being a successful advocate. Please expand your business, feed the nation the organic and healthy food, and support the different social groups as you are doing already. And we look forward to have one vegetable shop of yours in IGNOU campus. Definitely, sir. Thank you so much. Now I would like to request another student of Diploma in Meat Technology program. And again, she is also a woman entrepreneur, successful woman entrepreneur. I request Mrs. Arpita Misra to share her experience, please. Arpita, madam, please.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Arpita, and I have done this course in 2017. So that was the time because I had no idea about this course. I mean, about this animal husbandry or anything about this, particular field. So after doing this course, I was able to understand a little bit of, the animal husbandry. So then again, I have gone to some more courses and read some books, and that really helped me. And initially, to start with, I have started one poultry farming, which is there in the, Delhi, in Haryana. And side by side, I have also two more farms, which is like, the goatery and the piggery, which I've started. So in the, the poultry farming, which I've started. So first was the one, which is the commercial farming. Then I went into the, the organic one, where I'm not feeding any kind of chemical to them. They're the rare species like Kadaknath and Gram Priya, Asil. So now I have like some of the rare breeds, which is Jamnapari in the goatery section. So I'm just keeping my whole note very short so that other people can be accommodated. Well, I've also I'm also associated with the CIRG, where I'm also I've done the courses for the goatery part. And now I am like also helping the other people to start the farm whenever any new batches are coming. If anybody interested and they want to start their farm, I just go ahead with the help, all kind of how to select the breed and temperature, their feed management, their house management, their medicine, their health management, everything. So that way I'm helping them. So this month again we have another batch to come up with. So I'll be going there and again helping with hopefully some of the new more batches. This is how my story, this is how I'm doing it. And I want to thank Dr. Meeta, because she has been really helpful. And since I had no idea about agriculture and this animal husbandry, she was the one who actually taught me the very basic of it. And after that, I have gone through with a lot of other things, and I have tried to refine myself. Though this is very less, I have the scope is immense, and I have a lot more to learn and a lot more to share. But this is just the start with, because it's been 4-5 years, and then we had the pandemic time when the things were not natural and things were really difficult for each one of us. Having said that, we have kind of a plan to come up with. So right now I have 43 Jamnapari, which is again post-pandemic. I have started it again, and hopefully, again, we'll be starting few more batches, and I will share and keep Meeta ma'am posted about it. Thank you so much for the time. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much for making us proud of you, Arpita Madam. Wish you all the best. Your story
Thank
will
you.
encourage many more to fulfill their dreams too.
Thank you, ma'am.
so
Thank
much for
you.
sharing your experience.
Thank you.
Now, we expected one more student, Mr. Sailendra Singh, who was a student of certificate in organic farming program, but somehow he could not join the meeting. So last but not the least, let's hear the story of another successful entrepreneur, Mr. Sanjeev Agarwal, a student of our certificate in organic farming program. Mr. Agarwal, please enlighten us with your success story.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone. I think I would start with again thanking IGNOU and School of Agriculture for having such a course. I come up from a totally different background. I'm an IT guy. I've been doing AI and ML from last 10 years, and I had no idea of how agriculture is being done. When I started thinking about agriculture, what I was thinking was introducing or building some AI because that was the least I can do. And I started doing that, and in the course of that I heard about School of Agriculture certification course, and I straight away enrolled because that was something which I was exploring in a bit. How organic happens, what is organic actually. Naam to bahut suna tha organic, but hota kya actually mein. So and that's time I think that gave a completely different perspective to my thinking, where I was initially thinking of bringing or developing certain IT solutions. I thought, why not build small farmers and help these farmers to kind of adopt these practices, because this is such a wonderful thing which was there. And in my primary research, when I did with the farmers for technology adoption, I also found that few people were doing organic farming. I'm particularly talking about small farmers having farmland of 1 acre, 2 acre, and that's a difficult space for India, because most of 90% of our land pieces are like that. So I ventured around doing some initial survey in UP region, mostly in Hapur and nearby belts. And I found that few are there, and few if I go to a village, एक या दो किसान जो है वो ready है करने के लिए, but उनको specific market नहीं मिलता. उनको उगाना भी है तो उनको market नहीं मिल पाता. और that's a difficult terrain. Like even if they grow, they don't have market to capitalize their product. So I started thinking around that, and that was the time when I initially started with a venture called Thaina, where we help these small scale farmers to plan their crops based on the demand. We first generate the demand from the market. So I specifically have a focus in Noida NCR region, because that is the closest belt. As Manshu said, for his farm, the Southex is the closest one. So for me, the NCR region, the Noida region is the closest one, and started doing marketing, doing awareness campaign on what kind of things should be eaten. So as of now, we are specifically doing wheat, which is black wheat. We are doing black rice, red rice. We are doing khapli wheat. So we are focusing on the things which are also easy to store, because storage is something which was kind of difficult. Because when I started actually with vegetables, but I found that vegetable is something which I should not go until I have a demand of something like 5,000, 6,000 a kg in a day, right? And before that, the economies will not work, and the storage is something very difficult in vegetable space. So I did vegetables for 2 to 3 cycles, but later on we thought we should move to perishable, and those perishables which are actually good for lifestyle diseases. And the way we are doing entire reach out to the consumer is that we are establishing a demand first, and then going to the farmer for planning it. Because I don't own a land, I don't have anything, and I can't ask my farmer to do experiments or risk his land until he has a demand, already the demand for the particular produce. It's a slow process, but what I believe is this is giving confidence to the farmers who are working with us. We have seen a huge shift in the mindset of people who are using MP ka gehu. At least the consumer base which we have, they are now asking for Bansi wheat, Sona Moti, and the other wheat, and that is how we are planning to grow. I would say the major role here was by teachers of IGNOU, School of Agriculture. I keep on meeting Yadav sir, and he always gives his insights on how to do best and what we can do next. Of now, I'm also associated. I got a grant from DBT, so I would say there is a lot of opportunities from government which are there, which can help you to the students who are taking this course or who want to venture into agriculture. There's a lot of support. I'm a part of DBT grant, which is a biotechnology grant by BIRAC, and I'm currently also exploring what can be done better in a storage space. using my skill set of AI and IoT again, and how perishable things can be stored for a longer shelf life so that they can realize better price, like farmers can realize better price. And again, yes, to say that, I would say like IGNOU can give us that ecosystem, as Sagar mentioned, Aishuji mentioned that there should be a space for the entrepreneurs who are doing agriculture production, so that at least 250 families can actually adopt organic produce, which we are producing, or with the help of farmers, and give confidence that, okay, something can be built over there. And I would conclude by saying one of the quote by Namalwar, who was known to be a messiah of organic revolution in at least Tamil Nadu region, that, कभी ऐसा हो सकता है कि आपको जो खाना मिल रहा है वो आपके पास पहुंचे ही ना, जो व्हीकल्स है वो बैन हो जाए, आपकी शिप्स बंद हो जाए, फ्लाइट्स ना, सारी चीजें स्टैंड स्टिल हो गए, जो हमने कोरोना में देखा भी था, और द एंटायर सिस्टम माइट गेट स्टैंड स्टिल. So you should know how to grow your own food. It is very important skill which one should have. We should learn to how to grow own food, and IGNOU is the best platform for that. You don't have to committed a day and a night for that. You can do it a part-time course, and I think everybody should know how to grow their own natural food. Thank you.
Well done, Mr. Agarwal. You are doing superb job. Thank you. Please showcase your business success to others and motivate others. Thank you. Really, this is a very proud moment for all of us in IGNOU when we could see the success our students have achieved. It's so good to see that the students who came to IGNOU with a dream to do something independently, and they ultimately did that. Instead of being the job seekers, they have established themselves as entrepreneurs, and they have become the job providers. I could see from the examples the students already have given, they are not only earning for their livelihood, they're also helping others too. They're also having 25 to 30 people with them in their business. So all of them deserve a big applause. Dear students, I strongly believe that your stories motivated our participants today to pursue their dreams too. For current batch of students, my request is dream big, study well, work hard, put all your efforts in fulfilling your dreams and make us proud of you. Inspire others with your stories. Now, as per the program schedule, it's the time for presidential address. Unfortunately, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Nageshwara Raoji, could not attend the webinar because of his another urgent official engagement. But we are not deprived of his blessings and well wishes. He has expressed that the webinar is a timely intervention to motivate the stakeholders about the entrepreneurial capabilities of our agriculture programs. These programs have been successful in skilling the students. He wished a grand success of the webinar. We sincerely thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, for his kind guidance, support, and blessings. Now we have reached to the last part of our webinar. I thank my colleague, Dr. Mukesh Kumar, for coordinating this webinar and giving me the opportunity to interact with the participants. I express my sincere thanks to everyone for your participation in this webinar. Now, may I request my colleague, Dr. P. Vijay Kumar, to propose a formal vote of thanks, please.
Thank you, Dr. Mita, madam. It gives me immense pleasure to propose a vote of thanks. I think today's webinar on opportunities for entrepreneurship through agriculture programs was very informative, thought-provoking, as well as inspiring. The secret behind the success of this webinar can be attributed to the teamwork, and I would like to acknowledge and thank each and every one of them. May I begin by thanking our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Professor Nageshwara Rao, sir, for his stellar leadership. My sincere gratitude to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, for his continued support and guiding us in each and every activity that we undertake and motivating us in every possible way. He has been the trigger behind the initiatives of many of the academic activities which we have undertaken. Our Pro Vice Chancellor, ma'am, Professor Sumitra Kukreti, ma'am, has guided and supported us in all our initiatives. Even while preparing and organizing this webinar, she has given her valuable insights and ideas. Thank you, ma'am, for your gracious presence and addressing the gathering. I would also like to extend my deep sense of gratitude to Pro Vice Chancellor, Sir, Dr. Manroop Singh Meena, sir, for taking time out of a busy schedule to grace this occasion and address the gathering. My sincere thanks also goes to Pro Vice Chancellors, Professor R.P. Das Sir, Professor Satyakam Sir, Professor Uma Kanjila Ma'am, Dr. Srikanth Mohapatra Sir for their support and guidance. We are indebted to Professor Rashmi Singh, a Principal Scientist, IERI, for her inspiring and thought-provoking keynote address on the theme Women Entrepreneurship. Needless to say that she has been the thought leader in this domain for a long time and has inspired many entrepreneurial initiatives all these years. We thank you, ma'am, and we feel elated that having you amongst us is a real motivation and a privilege for all of us. I also extend my sincere thanks to our entrepreneur alumni, Ms. Safina, Ms. Arpita, and alumni, Himanshu Singh, Mr. Himanshu Singh Sagar, Mr. Sanchit Agarwal for sharing their experiences. Their motivational talk would definitely drive other learners to venture into this startup, establish enterprise in agriculture and allied sectors and succeed in their life. We wish all the entrepreneurial alumni and alumni that you may achieve greater heights of success and prosperity in your life. I wish to express my gratitude to our director, Dr. Praveen Kumar Jain, for his guidance, support, and encouraging us to undertake such activities. I would also like to thank our senior faculty, Professor S.K. Yadav sir, for his welcome address. His thoughts and ideas are always a boost for us. I also thank Dr. Meeta madam for moderating this webinar. I would like to express my thanks, and I would like to take this opportunity to place on record our heartfelt thanks to Dr. Mukesh Kumar for his sincere effort and meticulous work in coordinating and organizing this webinar. Our heartfelt thanks also goes to all the directors of the schools, divisions, RDs, ARDs, heads of centers, units, cells, all the learners, participants, teaching and non-teaching staff of the university, and the entire IGNOU fraternity from different parts of the country who have sacrificed their valuable time to be with us today. I also express my sincere thanks to the staff members of VC, PVC office, CPRO, particularly Rajesh ji, directors, COE, RSD, and the staff members of the School of Agriculture for their contribution in the success of this program. I'm sure that we will achieve similar and even more success with all your guidance, support, and participation in the future as well. Once again, thank you one and all.
Thank you. I think this program was organized by Dr. Meeta and all my school colleagues, and I found very good experience from the learners, our learners, and I thank all the directors and all the things. I also thank our PVC ma'am. I think we were achieved something by learning from the students who have done our programs, and they set up their own enterprises, and their experience will add in our curriculum also. While developing the new programs, we'll see how we can incorporate their. So thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Praveen ji. Thank you, Meeta ji. Thank you all. Thank you, Dr. Vijay. Thank you, Dr. S.K. Yadav. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.